Today I'm going to somewhat explain dimensions, essentially. Now, that's not... Okay, now, we're going to start from zero-dimensional, which is this little dot here. It's a fixed point. And then we're going to go on to the first dimension, which is just this line. Then we're going to move on to the second dimension, which is this line. These lines, the square, or, it's not a perfect square, but you get the picture. We're going to move on to the third dimension, which we are third dimension entities. We live in the third dimension. Well, basically. This is not going to be perfect. I'm no artist, nor am I a man of science, so this will not be the greatest lecture. Okay, so that's a cube, and basically I can't really show you a fourth dimensional shape, so we're just gonna, go with this. Now if you connect two cubes together, you'll get this. Now, let me just explain this to you. Okay, so this zero-dimensional entity here, this dot, can only see this on the line, the end of it, the part of it that is also zero-dimensional. So they can only see a dot of that. This line here can only see this line on the second-dimensional shape. And the second-dimensional shape can only see this part of the third-dimensional shape. And the third-dimensional shape can see all of those backwards, as well as this can see that, and this can see that. But this can see all of that. But this can only see the three-dimensional part of four-dimensional shape. And you could say that this entire thing is four-dimensional. Third-dimensional, I mean. But again, we're in the third dimension. I can't really show you a four dimension figure, but this is just basically what it is. Now, so this can't move anywhere. It's fixed. It's a fixed entity. This can only move in two directions, whereas this can move in all directions, basically, except, backwards. This this can move all around and inward. And this has the direction beyond all the directions of third dimension. A third dimension figure can draw on a second dimension, and they draw in the second dimension. They draw second dimension figures. If a four-dimensional entity were to draw onto paper in their dimension, they would be able to reach into a essentially third-dimensional piece of paper. They would be able to reach in there and draw in any direction. They could make a three-dimensional figure and draw that if they were to draw in their dimension, which is pretty interesting. This is just going to be the basics. Again, just a broader view of this. This can only see a dot of that. This can only see the line of that. This can only see the other two-dimensional side of this. And this can only see the three-dimensional side of this. And so basically we can't see an entire four-dimensional shape. And so the two-dimensional shape cannot see an entire three-dimensional shape. And a first-dimensional shape can only see the first-dimensional part of a second-dimensional figure. And the zero-dimensional figure can only see a part of the first-dimensional figure. It's just very basic. Just some silly things that I know from, just doing whatever. I really have no idea what else to go into. That's called the hypercube, by the way, in case you were wondering. I'm just going to conclude this video. Maybe there'll be more on it. I don't know. I'm not very good at this stuff, but I just thought it was interesting, and some people would like to know new things.